So I'm no longer menstruating. I can't get pregnant and have a baby. Does that mean I'm less of a woman? My body's changing, my face is changing. I'm more likely to speak my truth than I was when I was younger. Does that make me less feminine? What is femininity anyway? I really grappled with these questions, and for quite a while I was not feeling feminine anymore. I almost was questioning like my identity, like who am I? Hello, my name is Ave. This is Life in Flowers, and it's a channel for women over 50. Everyone is welcome though. I think there is something to learn from women over 50, so tune in even if you're not a woman over 50. In this video, I'm going to talk about a few ways to reconnect with your femininity after menopause. Menopause is a big subject, it's a complicated subject, and people are complicated. So I'm speaking in general terms here. I'm just speaking from the heart, and I'm speaking from my own experience. And I'm certainly not trying to box anybody in. What is femininity? What are some of the traits that are commonly associated with femininity? So creativity. Creativity is associated with the feminine. And one of the ways that you can reconnect yourself with your femininity is maybe by doing something creative. For me, I know that that is really, really true. I love floral arranging. I used to be a florist, and when I'm arranging flowers, I feel very feminine. But this could be different for anybody. Creativity comes in many forms: painting, writing. I have a friend who says, oh, I'm not creative, but she's a writer. Things like community theater. There's lots and lots of ways to be creative. Just kind of getting into that flow and doing something that makes you feel good and kind of gets you out of your head and into a creative flow is a very feminine thing. And it is fall, but look at these. Oh my gosh, aren't they so beautiful? Just looking at these makes me feel feminine. I had to buy them, so I'm going to add some other things to bring it more to fall. But back to connecting with your femininity. Creativity is one way you can reconnect to your femininity if you have felt this way. I think I said it earlier, but if not, let me say it again. Please let me know your thoughts on this. Have you ever felt this way? I think it's important to discuss these things. There's a lot of information out there about the medical kind of aspect of menopause, but I've noticed that there's not a lot of information out there about the psychological aspect of menopause. I was able to find a little bit, but not a lot. And so I'm very interested to hear what you have to say. Connecting with nature is another great way to reconnect with your femininity. Nature in general just really makes me feel a lot better. I know I was feeling so out of sorts the other day, and I went for a little hike and I felt so much better. But it doesn't have to be hiking. You can connect with nature in lots of different ways. I mean, floral arranging, I think that that's part of the reason why I'm so drawn to this, is that I do really love nature. But also things like, gardening, also kind of classic, gets you close to the earth, gets you close to nature. Anything that gets you close to the earth is going to reconnect you to your femininity, or it does for me. And I'm not a counselor, I should probably say. I'm not a counselor or a doctor or anything like that. I'm just a woman who is going through this in life. And it's part of the reason why I really wanted to do this channel, was because I wanted to talk about it. And when I tried to find information, it's like I said, it's all kind of medicinal, it's not it doesn't talk about feelings, which is a very feminine thing. There's a lot of things I want to say on this channel, but I'm a little afraid to, but I think it's okay to say we do kind of live in a masculine world, so sometimes the things that we need are not necessarily right there, obviously available to us. Beauty. This is a toughie. Beauty's a hard one because of the association with physical beauty, and that's definitely something that I want to talk about, and something that I did to help me reconnect to my femininity, because I was feeling kind of bad about myself. And then I had this experience that I don't necessarily want to give the details on, but it really hit me, and I felt not good. I didn't feel good about myself, and that it affected me in a negative way. So I decided to kind of to pay attention to myself again. Just because our bodies have changed, just because we don't look exactly like we used to, just because we don't look like this feminine archetype that is kind of plastered all over the media and TV, does that mean that we're not beautiful and that we're not feminine? I don't think so. I was driving down the street the other day, and there was this woman walking, and she had a ponytail, but her hair, she had this sheath of shining white hair. She was obviously an older woman, and it was all I could do to keep my eyes on the road. She was so beautiful. So I think this is changing a little bit, this stereotype. So taking care of yourself, I think for me anyway, and maybe it's common for some of you, and I'd love to know, is that we look different. We don't look like this common feminine archetype of beauty, and we sort of almost want to give up a little bit on taking care of ourselves. And I don't think we should fall into that trap. So physical beauty, yes, it's different now, but just taking care of yourself. For me, that means skincare. It means makeup. I just did a video about makeup. I love to wear makeup. I love to wear jewelry. I do love clothes and fingernail polish and all those kind of girly things. But it doesn't even have to be that. Just caring for yourself so that you are taking the time, you're not neglecting yourself. I think that's more what it is, that you're not neglecting yourself just because you're not young anymore. And on the subject of beauty, I think that it's not just physical beauty. Beauty in general is a very feminine thing. Your surroundings, decorating. It's very feminine to want to decorate and to beautify things. Beautifying your surroundings, beautifying your home, I think is another way to kind of reconnect with that feminine part of yourself. It matters, and it still matters. There's no reason why we shouldn't still be enjoying beauty in ourselves and in our environment now that we're older and past menopause. Sensuality. Sensuality is very feminine, and I'm not talking about sexuality, which is a whole other topic. I'm talking about sensuality. Sensuality is very feminine. Things that pertain to the senses, beautiful things. I noticed a theme as I was deciding what to talk about, and it's all quite relatable. So beautiful things, soft things, things that are tactile, things that smell good, adding some scent into your home. Try to make it a natural scent. There's a lot of chemicals out there these days, but something that smells really beautiful, lighting, music, anything that pertains to the senses. And just kind of immerse yourself in that kind of pleasure, really, is a really feminine thing to do. And for me, has helped me reconnect to my femininity. Bedding is something that I love. I have made soft bedding choices. I'm loving bamboo bedding these days. Baths, maybe some nice bath soap or shower body wash that smells really good to you. can help connect us back to our femininity. Fluidity is another feminine trait, at least if you look it up on the internet. And by the way, I chose things that I could relate to because I want to be real on this channel. So I can relate to that, and so that's why I've included it. Things like dance, things like yoga. I don't know how to say this word, so I'll just put the word up on the screen here. Or Tai Chi, things like that that are fluid, are really associated with femininity and make you feel feminine. For me, dance. Sometimes when I'm here by myself, I will just put some music on and dance around in my living room, and it always makes me feel so refreshed. And it connects me back to my body, which I think is an important part of this whole journey. What else did oh, and I really wanted to say this about fluidity, just slowing down. Something I notice about myself is that I'm always in a hurry. I'm always rushing. Just going to the grocery store the other day, I'm like rushing. It's like, why am I rushing? I have to tell myself, slow down. Slow down. Enjoy the breeze when you get out of the car, as of me talking to myself. Enjoy all the lovely things in the grocery store. Just slow down. It's a much more feminine way of being than this kind of aggressive rushing around. So reconnecting to those feminine traits, I think, is important, and maybe something to think about after we go through menopause and our femininity is not as associated with sexuality anymore, but that doesn't mean that we're any less feminine. Menopause has a lot of stigma around it, and I think that that's really too bad. I really wanted to shine a different light on menopause. It's part of why I wanted to do this channel in the first place. It's a powerful time, and I hope that this video gives you some ideas about reconnecting with your femininity. If you ever felt disconnected with your femininity, I don't know. Let me know in the comments section how you feel about that. There's a lot to talk about around this subject, and I really want to make more videos like this. So let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful day.